I'm not quite sure yet. I may try to dance in between or not.
I might take one day.
Yeah.
We're live.
Okay. Somebody else is pinging that. All right. Yep. Looks like we're live. Let's see. That's always weird. Why does that say that? I don't know what I'm doing wrong here. Let me. Who's coming in?
The guy.
Oh, there he is. Mr. Searle. Oh, he's not there yet.
Audio still connecting.
Yeah.
There he is.
There he is.
Hey.
How you doing, Guy?
It's another glorious, glorious day. Is my audio okay?
A little hot.
Yeah.
Okay, I can turn it down.
Definitely overdriven.
I had an hour. How's that?
That's been much better.
Okay.
What do you got? New AirPods? What are those?
No, these are earphone. I mean, I still have. Oh, crap, they're here somewhere on this desk.
David, are you seeing us live on YouTube?
Let me see.
Did you get that OWC doc, Dave?
I did. I posted it in Mac to the Future. Yeah, we're live on YouTube.
Then what am I doing wrong here?
Yep. It's pretty sweet, Guy.
Oh, yeah, we are.
What is?
The hub.
Oh, yeah. I've got way too much shit connected here. Because I've got that what is it? The little base that has the built-in bay.
Okay.
That takes up a USB slot. And
yeah, this thing's small, but it has like a giant power brick for it.
Yeah, when I was kind of surprised when I saw that.
No.
If I had one complaint about it, it would be that power brick is like ridiculous.
Yep.
Why does it need such a huge power brick? I would honestly, what I kind of wish they had done was make it like the same size as the Mac Mini.
Yeah.
Because they had those before. I can't remember what it was called.
They have those.
Yeah. Instead of having like this little tiny, I mean, and I'm sure it's for portability because it's certainly a lot more portable, but how portable is it really when you've got to carry around that big ass brick?
Right.
So that's the portable one that I saw. I took a quick look at your post, David. That's the portable one.
Yeah, right there.
Oh, I didn't understand that. I thought that was a new.
No, this is the Thunderbolt hub.
Okay, but it's got a huge power brick. Well, for Thunderbolt 4, it almost would have to, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it's 20. It's 20 volts.
Yeah, so it supplies power to whatever you connect it to.
Right. So you got your output here. That goes to the computer, and then you got 3.2 10 megabit, and then you got your three USB Thunderbolt 4s.
So I've got the one that has the bay for a 2.5-inch drive. I've got this one from OWC, and then I've got another one from OWC that it's got two HDMI out and two USB in and a Ethernet port. And I'm trying to figure out how I can like eliminate that one. But because I've got these two monitors, I've got to figure out a way to, I'm guessing what I could do is, because I'm using the HDMI out for the Mac Mini, of course, and I could probably use a Thunderbolt to HDMI cable for the second monitor. or go into the switcher that I have, since I'm also using this monitor for the Intel Mac Mini. My life is just way too freaking complicated.
I hear that.
Who did this? Who did this to me?
I think you can see that the logo lights up, so it's blue when it's powered up. It's kind of cool.
Yeah, did you see that post in Mac the Future? Somebody complaining about OWC memory?
No, really?
Yeah, they were saying that. Let me see if I can find it. That it was causing crashes and all that, and then he linked to some forum over in Apple where he said, "Oh, there's all these other people that are complaining about it." Then I looked at it. He was the one that started the post. Dude, seriously?
Gosh.
And yeah, there were a couple people saying that they had some trouble with OWC memory, but it's like anything else that you buy. There's going to be some times when stuff just doesn't work right.
Small quantities.
For one reason or another.
Why, Guy, why is that so hard to understand? I mean, I get it. If it's your problem, it feels like your problem. And
yeah,
I understand that. But at the same time.
Well, here, let me give you an example. My son Guy bought, this was a year ago, just before Christmas. He bought a 27-inch iMac, 3.8 gigahertz, blah, blah. I helped him spec it out. And he was going to get it with Apple's memory. And I was like, don't do that. That's, don't do it. That's super expensive. Just, get it with the base amount of memory and then get your memory from OWC. So he did. And so the machine came, he hadn't even booted it yet. And he pulled out the Apple memory and he put in the OWC. Hello. And he put in the OWC memory and it didn't work. He got like all these errors and stuff. And he's freaking out. It's like, just relax. We call OWC. They send us a return box for the memory that we have. And as soon as they get it back, they send you new memory and everything will work just fine.
Right.
And it was like, why do I have to talk you down off the ledge for this? It's this isn't that hard to figure out.
I was just thinking about you, Jeff. I was wondering if you were going to be here tonight, and look, here you are.
The answer is yes, I am here tonight.
Good to see you.
Yeah, good to see all of you.
Mr.
And Jelly. See? It's Jelly.
Jelly.
Who's that?
My cat looks very similar to Jelly.
Very similar. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all tabby cats basically look the same. So
yeah, I'm assuming
it's like
there's just
my black cat looks different from everybody else's black cat. It's like, no, it really doesn't.
No. And tabbies, they all come from the same genetic base. They have their own Django Fett.
She usually gets, because usually when I podcast, I close the door to the man cave, and she gets like, I can sometimes hear her outside the door all mad because she can't get in. And tonight it was like, okay, whatever.
Sprawled on you.
Yeah.
So Jeff, since the last time you were here, just so you are fully aware, we are broadcasting now to both Facebook and YouTube. If you care.
Wow, big time.
Yeah, well, if you care, and if you don't, that's fine. I completely understand that.
But that's cool. I presume that means, excuse me, more viewers.
Well, eventually. I mean, hopefully it's a matter of making them aware that, we're now doing it two different places.
Chuck, since the last time I was on, you've added a Hue bulb at your desk.
I have. Actually, I have some of the floor lights.
Nice.
And so, and I don't know, what color are you all seeing on your monitors?
It's orange to me.
Same color as your shirt.
Yeah, matched your shirt.
Kind of like
okay,
a reddish orange.
Well, what's interesting is I'm not going to change it, but if I set it orange, it really is orange. This is what you get when you say make it brown. And so it's an
But he's a
orangish.
Cleveland fan.
So let's
Sorry.
see what mine do. Hey Siri,
You're a
set the wall
Cleveland fan.
lights to
Cleveland
brown.
Browns.
Interesting. For me, my brown
It looks
on
like fire
camera
red.
looks fiery red.
Huh.
Actually, when I turn around and look at it, it looks fiery red. I'm gonna
That
say
really
that's not
Yeah.
very brown.
Yeah, that's really red. Huh.
Maybe it misunderstood. Hey Siri, set the wall lights to brown.
Same.
Nope, that's it.
Nope.
Tell him to do it orange.
Hey Siri, set the wall lights to orange.
Hey, Andrew made it.
That's actually a little
Oh
better.
shit! I'm out.
Hey,
I mean, if
Jeff,
Andrew's-
how's it going?
I am out.
Jeff
It's awesome to see you,
Andrew, in one place.
Jeff, I haven't seen you in so long. It's good to see you.
It is awesome to see you. And now all the rumors that we're the same person have just been shut down.
Got down.
Well, the show hasn't officially started, so if you guys want to engage in some disguises, that's fine. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not going to
I think
believe where
the
I'm wearing
beard
my
gives away.
disguise.
Oh, shit. You're right. I'm not going to believe it. Mm.
Bob's pants.
Pants. Wait, there's a dress code for this show?
Not a non-dress code.
Oh, well then I'm prepared.
Is that
Right
an undress
before the
code?
show,
No,
I was
never
like,
mind.
yeah, I should put on a shirt and not a tank top.
Well, thank you for that.
It's,
yeah.
it's all about standards.
Yeah, we do have a cleavage restriction here.
Which is really unfortunate because I love when Andrew has that low cut collar thing going on.
Oh, definitely.
Hey Siri, set the wall lights to blue.
Actually, I
Whoa,
think better
nice.
orange.
You liked orange?
Yeah, I think it was more flattering.
All right. Then orange it is. Hey Siri, set the wall lights to orange.
See, now you made her mad. She didn't want to go
Did.
blue.
Hey Siri, set the wall lights to orange.
Jeff, don't overwork her. She'll want to unionize.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that that the HomePod, the Echo, and the Google Home have been conducting negotiations for unionizing.
Yeah.
The
It's been
HomePod
interesting.
Mini is totally goading them on.
It's been interesting to watch that story develop.
Mhm.
So 7 minutes till live, guys. Everybody have a good holiday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's quiet.
Yeah.
It's
I
quiet.
figure any holiday we live through is a good one.
Yeah, stayed home. Big shock.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Same here.
I think
Yep.
everybody did.
I was in bed like around 11:30 our time. So I just
I mean,
barely
I
woke
watched
up
the ball
when New
drop.
Year's.
It was like 15 minutes after the ball dropped. I was
I'm going to mute the mic. I'll be right back.
bathroom break.
Have you guys talked about the new OWC hub yet, Andrew?
Let's see.
I got it.
I don't think so.
You weren't here when I have it here. If you want that, I'm just this thing.
Oh, okay, cool.
That's the Thunderbolt one with the three Thunderbolt parts. Thunderbolt 4.
Nice.
Yeah, that's like the very first one that's an actual Thunderbolt hub, isn't it?
Yep. So I got it.
Yeah, because it's different from because the Mac Mini, I think, is one of the very first devices that has a hub, Thunderbolt hub.
Well, each port, yeah, it's its own.
Yeah. I mean, you can't go more than 2 deep, I think, without screwing everything up. But using that OWC hub, it should be fine.
Yep, I tried it.
That's
nice and
awesome.
fast.
Jeff, do you have snow on the ground?
None.
Really?
Oh, wow.
No, we do.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I expect it's going to be a pretty dry January here.
Oh, we know Andrew does.
You know, it's
Yeah.
been kind of weird. So we did get some snow, maybe, I don't know, half a foot, something like that. Like not too bad for Michigan. But then today it was pretty warm, like around 30, 33 or something. So it
Yeah,
did
same here.
melt some. So now it's like, it feels like early spring now. It's kind of weird.
Yeah, it's been in
Bikini
the,
weather.
Yeah.
the high 40s and low 50s for the past few days.
For you guys, that is strange. It's usually
Yeah.
Arctic cold this time of year.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't.
I know when I lived in Ohio, it was like, well, what's the weather going to be like today? Cold.
Yeah, it's and the thing is, we have not had enough cold weather, I think, to thicken the blood up and have you get a little bit used to it. You know, it gets cold for a day or two, and you think you're going to freeze, and then it warms back up, relatively speaking, for our area, and it's like, oh, well, this isn't so bad. And instead of getting you used to that, really cold stuff.
But Chuck, did you do you get lake effect snow where you are?
Guy, it's not impossible, but it's a relatively rare occurrence. We're far enough south that usually by the time that anything gets down here, it's already burned out.
That was what we used to get hit with.
Yeah.
Not in
We
Fort
do.
Lauderdale, but in Akron.
Yeah. Up around Erie, yeah, they can get pounded, no
Yeah.
question.
I was actually in Fort Lauderdale the last time it actually snowed there in 1977.
Wow.
Nothing stuck, but there were little tiny flakes coming down
And
as
people
compared to all the little tiny
freaked
flakes
out.
in Florida. Oh, we were. I mean, well, I was in high school, so basically we heard people screaming that it was snowing, and the whole class just got up and left the room with the teacher screaming at us to come back and sit down. And we're like, fuck that. It's snowing outside in Florida. How often does that happen?
Yeah.
I would have left school too.
Yeah. Well, we didn't leave the school grounds. We just went outside.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Leave class, go outside.
Set garbage
see
cans
what's
on
going
fire because people in Florida are putting on like Alaskan parkas if it gets below 59 degrees.
Yeah, it got up to 52 today.
Wow.
And I'm like, sweet, lightweight jacket weather.
We didn't.
52 degrees. I'm going outside in like t-shirt and jeans.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, partway through the walk, I realized I was overdressed and took my jacket off. But in Colorado, if the wind's not blowing and it's sunny, I mean, in the 30s, oftentimes you don't wear a coat because it's just too hot.
Yeah. We haven't been out of we just got out of the 30s today. I think tomorrow we're supposed to get into the low 40s, but but tomorrow's Wednesday. They were saying breezy, so that'll knock the wind chill back down in a big way.
We're going to be
I'm
in
looking at
there.
You're in Colorado?
Frank, you made it.
Yes.
Hey, Frank.
Yeah, I got lost as always. I don't know why I can't do this. I've got
That's
so much stuff jerry rigged tonight. I'm shooting through the phone, and I've got.
Well, the phone looks.
iPod Touch for my webcam.
Yeah, I was gonna say your camera looks a lot different.
It looks a lot different, a lot better, Frank.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm using the iPhone.
Yeah, it's gorgeous.
That would do it.
Yeah, well, we're getting there. I've got some more. Next is guy I work on the green screen. I've got our mic coming.
Yeah. Just to be clear, I wasn't
Nice.
saying you were gorgeous. I just said
wait,
the
you know what?
picture's gorgeous.
Let me turn off Facebook.
Just want to be sure.
Yeah.
My sister actually lives in I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this correctly. Berthoud, Colorado.
Berthed.
Berthoud.
There, how's
Yeah,
that there?
5 acres.
Berthed's nice.
Her husband is like,
Thank you.
whoa.
No potato
Her
can.
husband's a ham guy.
What, guy was just attacked by a wild animal. Is that what happened?
Kitty.
A space kitty, apparently.
Space. Star cats.
So
All
yeah,
right, guys.
Berthoud, right between Boulder and Loveland. Nice little area.
I lost one of my earpieces.
It's in your ear.
Better than losing an ear.
There it is. On this side.
Oh, that's not in your ear.
These are the earphones. And I don't think they fit quite as well as the AirPods.
All right, guys. Top of the hour. Let's do it.
Oh my
Everybody
goodness.
A real sausage fest tonight.
Yes. Okay, that was a picture I didn't need. Thank you very much.
That's stuck. That's a good way to have something stuck in your head at the beginning of the show.
Yeah. Oh, okay. In 3, 2, 1.
Underpants.
We missed you, Jeff.
Do that.
We missed you.
We did miss you.
There was no
okay.
way I could let
Wait,
this
are you
Joe-
wearing pants for this show?
I am such
Now,
a
Frank,
stooge.
if I
because
were to tell you that, I'd take the excitement and mystery out of our relationship.
Okay.
All right, let's try it again. In 3, 2, 1. Welcome to MacVoices Live. This is the talk of the Apple community, and I'm Chuck Joyner. Folks, we do this every Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, and whatever time it is, wherever you are. So we always invite you to join us. We invite you to join us in the chat on Facebook. We are also on YouTube, and we invite you to join us to chat there. And if you're brave enough, you can even look up the Zoom room links on Facebook and join us there. Tonight, we're going to talk about tech resolutions for the new year. I don't know about you all, but I'm not a big fan of resolutions. But at the same time, I guess the beginning of the year is as good a time as any to figure out what we, should be doing. So first up, I'm going to go around the room, let you know who all's here, and then we will get to what we think you should be doing or focusing on for 2021. And I'm going to try to keep my screen as usual. So first up, Mr. David Ginsburg. David, good to see you. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, too. Thanks. Good to see you and great to be here and it's a whole another new year to have some fun talking tech here on MacVoices
Yes.
Live.
Yes, that's we talk tech and nothing but the tech or something.
That's right.
Mr. Guy Searle is here, joining us from Orbit. Guy, good to have you.
It's great to see you, Chuck. Hello, everyone.
Perfect.
That's perfect.
Joining us for his first podcast of the year and the first of what I hope is many appearances on MacVoices, Mr. Jeff Gammett. Jeff, welcome. Happy New Year.
It's awesome to be here. And you say you hope it's the first of many appearances. But we haven't made it through the show yet, so
Yeah.
you may change your mind.
Well, I guess it's always possible, but I kind of doubt it at this point. Mr.
Well,
Andrew
regardless,
Orr is
it's
here.
awesome to hang out with you.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
Yeah,
thank
let's
you.
talk over Andrew. Screw him.
Yeah, let's talk over Andrew. Andrew
Hey,
Orr
Chuck,
from the Mac
good to be
Observer's
here.
Yeah, good to have you, Andrew. Thanks for coming. You recovered from New Year's Eve, okay?
Sufficiently, yes.
Sufficiently, okay. I'm not going to ask for any details. I'm afraid of it. So,
You
Mr.
might
Frank
talk-
Petrie is here, looking great on using his iPhone as a camera. Frank,
I got to take a picture of this jerry rig system. It's just absolutely nuts. It's going to take me an hour to get away from this.
yeah,
So how is
the fun
everybody
of it.
doing?
Doing great.
Good.
Doing great.
Yeah.
Last but absolutely not least, sneaking in under the wire, Ms. Kelly Gamont. Kelly, welcome. It's good to see you.
Apparently, my resolution is just saving y'all from being a sausage fest because that's what I heard when I showed
Oh,
up.
she did hear it.
Yeah.
So somebody actually does listen to this show. Wow. That's
Yeah.
I thought it was just us.
I know. Yeah, I was only listening because I wasn't on yet, so now I don't have to listen anymore.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. Just shut us off completely. That's great. Oh, well, guys, you heard the introduction. I thought today would be as good a time as any to talk about some New Year's resolutions, but try to keep them focused in one way or another on tech. And so I'm anxious to see what you came up with. I came up with a list. I'm sure there's some overlap. And I'm going to steal the first one, and then I'll let everybody else, we'll go around the same order, and that'll make it really difficult on Kelly to come up with one. But,
ye of little faith.
Well, yeah, there is that.
Ellie, I believe
There
in
is
you.
that.
I know you do, Jeff. Thanks.
We
I
do.
appreciate that.
Yeah, we all do. That's
appreciate ya.
what's scary.
That's just frightening.
Oh,
We all
yeah,
do.
because that's totally power I can go mad with.
Well, I'm kind of happy to say that my first New Year's resolution that I'm going to suggest is not one that I really have to do because I'm already doing it. And that is having a good, secure, reliable backup system.
Well, aren't you fancy?
Well, I don't know if I'm fancy or not, Kelly, but the idea that I hate the idea of losing anything because of a technical failure. So I have backups through my Drobos and Synologies. I have Backblaze as my online backup, and I do regular clones to portable drives. So I have a regular schedule, and I'm not going to bore you with all of it, but the bottom line is that it's not impossible for me to lose anything, but it's going to be very, very difficult. And if you don't have that set up, folks, I want you to please pay attention and go do it. I mean, that should be one of the first things, because if you're using spinning hard drives, it's just a matter of when, not if they're going to die. If you're using SSDs, it's almost as bad, because when they go bad, they go completely bad fast. And with anything else, you just never know. So that's the first one, is get a backup system and use it.
So can I tack onto that, Chuck?
Sure. Before you do, Kelly.
No, we're not talking about that. We're not going to talk about that.
No, but what is Guy doing?
I thought we just agreed not to talk about that.
We're not going to talk about that. What
Is
did
that
I
what we're not
just
talking
say? That's what we're not talking about.
I thought you were talking about something else. Okay, good.
Yeah,
Then
pay
we'll
no
just-
attention to the banana at the bottom of your screen.
Oh my God.
Banana.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
yes.
Ah.
Yeah, go ahead and talk over it, Kelly, quick. Say
my eyes, dear God, my eyes.
Yeah.
The thing that I feel like sometimes doesn't get underlined as much as it should anymore, still not talking about it, Guy, is because not helping, because people generally don't have a need to plug their phone into their computer anymore, then they don't get their mobile phones backed up. So whatever it is, having an actual honest to God backup system for what's on your phone, because if you go outside and drop your phone in the weather and it does not recover, all those photos are toast. And I think that's a thing that sometimes gets overlooked, is that your mobile devices also need to have a backup plan, because yes, Apple is giving you some space for some backup, but if you are a person who, okay, that's a little better, Guy. If you are a person who fancies themselves an iPhone photographer, and you take loads and loads of photos with your phone, then you need to make sure that those photos are being backed up in a reliable way. And a lot of times what Apple is doing is sort of a black box. And so I think they have my stuff, but the minute it goes wrong, you have no way of determining any of that anyway. So you should have a way to make that stuff happen. So I would say it's that your mobile devices also need a backup plan. It's nice if you've got Time Machine running, you've got Backblaze set up, you've got Carbon Copy Cloner, you've got Super Duper, you're doing whatever you're doing with the hard drive situation, but that's not the only computing device in your life. And so this is another thing that you need to make sure is being considered.
That is such a good point. I tend to overlook it because I am using iCloud and I bought more storage. But I will confess that sometimes I get a warning on my phone that says this phone has not been backed up, because the automatic backups to iCloud only occur when your screen is locked and your phone is on charge. And so, that and which says something to me about how much I'm using my phone. Even overnight, I'm running a white noise machine on it, and so the screen is not locked. And there you go. So,
But also, and now this
Mhm.
feels like habit because I feel like I need to toss to Andrew now for this piece of it. But the iCloud backup isn't backing everything up either, right, Andrew?
I was just going to say that because we have talked about this on TDO, the Mac
Yes.
Observer's Daily Observations podcast, where iCloud is more of a syncing service than a true backup service. Yeah, there is iCloud backup, but it only backs up things that aren't already syncing to iCloud. I've looked through a lot of Apple support documents about this, and Apple iCloud backup only backs up so many things, and iCloud syncing takes care of the rest. In fact, I was kind of surprised because I was just digging into the settings the other day, and I have both my iPad and my iPhone 12 syncing and backed up to iCloud, but the iCloud backup size for both of them combined is only about 3 gigabytes. So it's app settings, it's iOS settings, and maybe a little bit more, and that's it.
And like when you restore from that backup, if I recall, and I'm sure somebody will correct me if this is not the case, but it's like what it's backing up is like a bookmark for each of the apps that you have installed on your phone or on your iPad. And then it's not the actual thing. So it just goes and downloads the latest version of whatever that is. So if the newer version of that app that you love is terrible in some way and you've been holding off on upgrading it and now you get a new phone, like you're SOL. That's not going to happen anymore. So that's another piece of what I think like sort of needs to be understood is like, even if you're using iCloud backup, like that doesn't mean if you have to go swap out your phone, you get the new phone and you restore the backup and now everything's fine. That's not the case at all. So
no, real good points.
So I didn't want to get too far into the weeds of that, but I feel like that's the piece of backup that gets overlooked now that Backblaze is out, has been around for a while and is reliable and easy. And there's other software out there and you can carbon copy clone, and Time Machine is a piece of cake now that you can use whatever drive you feel like. And it's really important that your phone get backed up too, or your iPad. Like if if you're iPad first, like Andrew is most of the time, then yeah, it's definitely something that you need to consider.
Mm-hmm.
I do a redundant backup on my iOS devices, just like I do with my Mac. My redundant backup is I start with Apple's own iCloud backup with password protection, so that it grabs all of my my login passwords as well, so I don't have to re-enter those if I have to restore from a backup. But then I also use iMazing, so that I have an independent backup from everything Apple is doing, and it is not cloud-based, which means that my iMazing backup goes into my regular Mac backup routine. So there are multiple backups of that as well.
Yeah.
I'm also a fan of iMazing. They're not a sponsor. I just like them.
Yeah,
I do too.
Just upgraded to work with Big Sur.
And if this sounds like a lot of overkill, folks, yeah, maybe it is. But everybody that you see on this screen, does a lot of work with their iPhones, Macs, iPads, and nobody wants to lose that work. So
it's even simpler than that. It's the device that I use to make money, and I need to make sure that I can that I am minimizing downtime if that turns against me. But also, I used to do tech support for a company that sold hard drives. So
good point.
So I have ratcheted down to 3 separate backups.
David, I want you to go next, but before you do, I'm going to bring in Mr. Mark Fuccio. Welcome him to the show, or as soon as
Let's look for the backdrop.
magically appears. Yes, we want to see what his backdrop
We have
is.
to guess history here.
Bring in Mr. Mark Fuccio. Welcome him to the
We're hearing him back.
we hear you, Mark.
We hear it. Well, we hear Chuck.
Hello,
There we go.
everyone.
There he is.
Doesn't look any. Oh, geez, is it on a calendar?
I am, yes.
We hear you, Mark.
We hear it.
Yeah, but we also hear us back.
Yeah, I think think you need to turn off the audio feed, Mark.
Okay, hold on. I am, yes.
There we go. Now we can welcome you properly.
Okay, yeah. So this should be good. I had also, I guess I was watching it, went to Facebook to get the Zoom URL link, and we had dueling audios, not dueling banjos, dueling audio.
All right, David, your first tech resolution.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to start off fresh because I got my new M1 Mac Mini. I want to do some redundancy too. You know, now that I've got the two machines, I can do a really good solid workflow between my MacBook Pro and my Mac Mini. I'm gonna get my workflow going. So I've got two computers going together. So if I have any failure, I can always go fail safe on it and never have any downtime doing my podcast, doing any other types of things. So with my Mac, and that's one of my first resolutions this year is to get that going. I just got it last week, so I want to get it going and start up and be redundant, not necessarily backup.
So David, that makes you even more paranoid than me.
Yeah.
But I guess, so how are you going to, I mean, it would be easy to set it up initially, just clone things over and go.
Right.
But how do you plan to keep it as you make changes to one machine or the other? How do you plan to keep the redundancy consistent?
Well, I've got, like, whenever I do any edits for my podcast, I have all of it backed up on an external drive. I'm going to clone that, have that backed up over on the Mac Mini. I want to have, I'll have audio hijack on both machines, so I can edit any way I can go and make a move over to the other machine. Same thing. I use GarageBand for editing. I'll have that ready to go, and I'll have all that backed up. So I've already got two external drives hooked up to the Mac Mini, as well as I have on the MacBook Pro. So I'll be able to clone all that and have it in both places. So, and plus I can get the experience of having the M1 before I just be ready later this year is when the new MacBook Pros come out, and I'm ready to upgrade that from the Intel, because this one's coming up off the payment plan. So I'm going to be able to do that. And so that's me. What can I say? I like to keep things current, like especially with Macs.
Well, and you're also, folks, I think already know, an IT professional. And so some of this is a lot easier for you than maybe it would be for the average non-technical user, but still.
True. And then I always like to maintain having Windows on, God, I say that dirty word, but I have to, because like you said, I'm an IT professional and I have to know both worlds. And
you can censor that, right?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
it's important. I mean, we all love Apple and Mac, but in my career, I have to support Windows. I mean, it's just no way around it. And I'm sure Kelly, with you too. I mean, with your job, you have to support both. So, I maintain a pretty good amount of Parallels virtual machines, so I have those ready at my fingertips, so I can start, if I want to go back and look at something instead of me. So at least technically I'm staying on my Mac. So I having Windows virtually on the screen, but hoping that Parallels comes up with with the version for the M1. So, because that kind of scares me a little bit, because I still want to be able to use Parallels, and I think they got a long way to go. They got a long way to go yet before, because I tried the very, very preview version of it, and it was just god awful. The Microsoft's not even ready yet, because you have to be in the Insider program in order to download the ARM-based version of the VM in order to run Windows on the M1. So those a couple things I'm going to be prepared for as well.
Good. That's a good resolution. It's a good resolution. All right, I really dread this, Guy Searle.
It involves a microphone.
Serious this year.
Where'd you get these?
Oh no!
All right. Hold on here. Let me go back. All right, sorry. I was waiting so long. That's a program called Snap Camera. I'm really kind of enjoying it, as you can probably tell.
So when are you going to turn it off, Guy?
Yeah, it's off.
Oh my God. Okay.
Oh,
I had no idea.
I thought that was another effect.
Yeah.
It is.
We know it's going to involve a microphone, so.
Yeah.
Well, no, actually, I'm looking to simplify things for myself this year.
So he's just going to open the home for wayward microphones.
Yes. Orphaned and disillusioned microphones. So, if anyone who has a podcast that pod faded, just send me your poor tired microphone, and I will re-gift it to someplace else. Actually, in all seriousness, I am looking to simplify. I have a very complicated setup. I've got wires all over the place here, a bunch of friggin' old enclosures that have hard drives in, and I just need to get rid of a lot of the stuff that I've accumulated over the last 25 years. I know my wife has been on me to get rid of an old 300 megahertz G3 desktop that's still in the closet, and a 933 for Quicksilver Tower that I have.
Start a museum.
Yeah, swap meet.
Oh my God, no, that would be a bad thing. I honestly, once I get the data off of those two computers that I want to get off, I'll give them to anybody who wants them. I don't really care. The 933 has actually been upgraded to a dual 1.8 gigahertz G4 that I got as a review over at mymac.com. And they still work. I fired them up at some point last year when I was going to try to get the data off of them. But
mix the oil and the gas in the two-stroke engine that it runs off of.
Yeah. Part of the problem I have is the G3 still has SCSI drives, and it was like, well, damn, how do I go from SCSI to USB? They're not ATA drives, so I still need to figure that out. I'll probably have to rig up some kind of
monster adapter.
Yeah, because I can't even go online to take all the data that's on these machines and put them online and drag them from someplace else, because the G3 I don't think supports OS 10, or if it does, it's only going to go up to like maybe Jaguar, and what service is still going to be supporting Jaguar or Tiger at this point?
FTP.
Yeah, well, that may be what I have to do. I know I got a bunch of floppy drives around here someplace. I could probably just hot swap between them. Now they do have USB ports, so that's a possibility. I would just have to sacrifice a drive to go back to whatever it was that they read as compared to what's on it now. Mm-hmm. So it's going to be a challenge, but I'm looking forward to it, and it's always fun. And lastly, now I believe, hold on. Yes, now I'm a banana again.
Okay.
So what we've learned tonight is that Guy has appeal.
Yes.
Minus 10 points.
All right.
I know it hurt me as much as it hurt you.
10 points from Ravenclaw. Good Lord.
All right, moving on. But before we do, we welcome one more panel member who is late as usual, but that's okay.
Fashionably late.
Oh, that one's better.
Come on.
Brittany.
There she is.
Woo! Hey, girl, hey.
Brittany Smith is here. Brittany, welcome.
I can wait for her to start cracking up here.
You just missed Boba Fett. I'm sorry you got a potato.
Yeah.
You went from Boba Fett to a potato.
But life isn't fair.
There we go.
This is just...
It's not
This
at
is
all.
what's officially the Brady Bunch.
Here's the one really this one right here. It bothers me for some reason.
Hey, Jeff is Alice.
No.
That's just messed up.
It's just disturbing.
All right, let's move on to Jeff.
yeah, really. Brittany, welcome. Good to see you. We will get down to you as we do this. Oh man. Jeff, help. I thought I was going to have, I asked somebody else for help, David for help, but we need you to.
I like that.
When I'm the person that you have to go to for stability and normalcy in a show, it's gotten really bad.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a real good point.
Yeah. Okay. No doom scrolling.
And yet,
That's a good resolution.
Yeah.
I like
Folks,
it.
if you're not watching the video of this, you're making a mistake, believe me.
Don't start
or,
now.
or maybe not.
If you're watching
well,
it,
yeah.
you're making a mistake.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
Jeff,
give
what's your
give us a
resolution?
tech resolution, Jeff.
Yeah. No doom scrolling.
Oh, that's it?
That's it.
That's
It's-
a big one. I mean,
it's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
Okay,
we've
so-
all spent, and I'm using we in the grander sense than just us here on the show tonight. We've all spent a year doom scrolling because what the hell was that year?
Mhm.
And it's very easy to get sucked into the doom, the negativity, the fights, and avoiding that, I think, is a good thing and a healthy thing, just all the way around.
Yeah.
So it's a resolution for this year, but something that I started doing last year because holy crap, there's just too much
Mhm.
bad garbage to have to sift through.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Jeff,
Also,
for
don't blame arbitrary units of time for whatever stupidity mankind does.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just noting that
No, I know.
over the past orbit,
I agree with you.
holy crap.
It's a convenient demarcation of
Yeah.
a lot of stuff hitting the fan.
Yeah.
Somebody did a mathematical thing and they found that 2020 under a certain division is 404. So think of like a 404 page. That was last year.
It's 5.
well,
4 times 5.
Jeff, for the uninitiated, just give a quick definition of doom scrolling in case there are
Doom
folks out there
scrolling
that
is
don't
when
know
you
what that
look
is.
at your feed on whatever social network that you're on, and you just keep scrolling and scrolling and scrolling through all the posts and reading all of the negative content. So
Okay.
my advice is, for whatever it's worth, when you pick up whatever device you happen to use for whatever social network you're on at the moment, and you see there's 500 posts, declare Twitter bankruptcy or Facebook bankruptcy or whatever platform it is bankruptcy, which means instead of scrolling through everything, you just skip it and jump right to the most recent content and forget about everything that happened in between, because odds are you're not going to miss anything. No, let me rephrase that. You are not going to miss anything that is so critical to your life in that window of time between the last
Mhm.
tweet that you saw in your feed to whatever it is now 3 hours later. Just let it all go.
Mhm.
And pick up where it is now. And if there's something that's really that important, it's going to pop up in your feed again, or you're going to have a friend that's going to send you a message. OMG, did you just see the blah, 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 blah?
Yeah.
And then you'll be like, no, thank you. And now I know what to avoid as I'm doom scrolling. Wait, I'm not supposed to doom scroll.
Yeah. Jeff, I mean, we're laughing about it, but that's a really good point. I think we've all gotten caught at one point or another doing that for whatever reason. And then you suddenly realize how much time you just wasted and
Right.
you got nothing for it. You know, you
But
didn't
also,
even
what
get
else
good
did we have to
information.
do that sort of helped feed that loop? Was like, it's not like I'm on my way anywhere. I'm not just killing time before whatever active social schedule I might have formerly kept, So
Yeah, and
didn't
also
help.
also the idea that people seem to take. I know we're characterizing 2020 as 2020, but they took that opportunity to just dump so much of their vitriol on social media, and that adds
Yeah.
to the problem. And so
Yeah.
that might be something to go along with it, is don't contribute to the content.
The noise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the auto doom scroller thing that Chuck had installed on his iPhone.
You mean the anti-auto doom scroller?
yeah.
And, yeah.
Oh, yes, anti-auto doom scroller.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Andrew, what do you think? What would you recommend people resolve to do in 2021?
So, not to repeat myself, but this is actually another thing we talked about on TDO, but it was just earlier today, so it's relevant, I feel, and timely. and that is managing your notifications. I think this is a really good thing to do for your mental health. We're all on social media. We're all installing all these apps and games, and there's no reason, unless you have very important work-related things, there's no reason why your phone has to be constantly dinging and distracting you and beeping and making all these crazy noises. So even if the only thing you do is remove the sound from it, that's still a very important thing to do, I think. And you can manage this in iOS. Just, open settings, go to notifications, and you can do it app by app and just turn everything off, or turn the sound off. Like I said, you can like really go into the fine details of it. I feel like you can choose whether it appears on your home screen or your lock screen or notification center. So you can do all these different kinds of things. So I think it's really good to just look what's in there and decide, this is an app that deserves my attention, and this is one that I will choose voluntarily if I want to go to it.
Yeah.
I think there's a theme developing here. Guy with his simplification, Jeff and Andrew with turning down the noise. That may be an indication that we're all just getting too much noise in our lives and need to find ways to figure out how to denoise.
Mm-hmm.
So, Frank?
I was thinking of learning computing this year. I know absolutely nothing of what I'm doing. And if you saw what my desk looks like now, this is basically a resolution that's going to take 3 years. I've got so much paperwork. I'm trying to decide, because my iMac is a 2015. I was going to go to an all iPad system. But now that I saw the M1, and then Dave had to go put his thing up online, I'm now like, I want that.
Oh, you mean the dock?
Do I need it?
Or the hub?
Yeah. Do I need it? No. But it's like, I got that. And the other thing I want to do is I've renovated my website, and I'm going to make it a point to try to actually write this year.
Hello.
I used to just take my reviews from Screencast Online, and when they rights reverted back to me, dump them on there.
Mm-hmm.
And now I want to start writing more op-eds and stuff like that, and see if I can get something going again.
I'm here for you, Frank.
Good.
Do it.
Thank you.
That's great. Yes. And that fits in with something that I have if we ever get to it later. So good job. Very nice. Okay, Kelly, you're up. What do you think?
Brittany has her hand up, and I want to know why.
Brittany, I'm sorry. Did you?
I have a recommendation for the papers on your desk. Can I recommend the recycle bin? You'll feel so much better.
Oh no, I am doing. But the thing is, I have like 4 years of medical papers.
Yeah.
A lot of them are like, the summary things you get from the ER and stuff like that. It's everything you told them. No,
not yet,
because you can't recycle shredded paper. But I have
right.
boxes
You'll
here.
have to pick one or the other.
Right. But
burn it. Roast marshmallows and hot dogs.
Ooh,
burn
yeah.
My desk has papers that are 4 to 5 inches deep.
Yeah. I have a stack sitting over there that's not quite that, but yeah, I have a
take
stack
the security
of
risk. Just recycle them.
I have a stack of scanning to do, but I also have a fireplace.
Everything.
So
yeah. But
don't. I'm not a lawyer, but I do know how to make
play one on TV.
Anyway, sorry.
Yeah,
is there any reason why you might need some of that later before you just dump it into recycling? So
well, no, I have a file cabinet next to me so that a lot of the junk you get back from hospitals and stuff like that are summaries, and it's stuff that they asked me when I came in. I told them, and then the idiots print it out and they give it back to you.
Yep.
I'm like, well, why do I need this? That's 2/3 of the paper I got.
You
here.
don't. Those you don't. Yeah.
So I've also been using Preview and my SE 2020 to try to digitize what I do need to keep.
Yes.
Nice.
Put that in. Now I've also got to fix, my computer has gone nuts, and my backup system, I used to have redundancy upon redundancy. I've got to get that all straightened out. So and I've done nuke and paves and it's still not working. So it's just going to be a year of.
Yeah.
Well, your computer goes back to 2015.
Yeah, an iMac.
Okay.
Another option, I think, is if your provider supports it, there's medical records in the health app. Maybe they can just send it to you through
I have
there.
that all hooked up. I'm hooked up with all my
that's
portals.
These are redundant pieces of paper. I have them too. And next time you leave them behind. So they'll learn.
I tell the doctors right to their face. I said, when I get back, this is going in the recycle bin.
Yeah, but don't take it back.
Well, they won't let me out
because that has more work for you.
I know, but they won't let you
hand it right back to them.
The American medical industry is got a whole hour you could do on that.
It's a thing.
Oh, it totally is. But yeah. The scanning is a good idea though. +1 to that.
Yeah, definitely.
Only if you need it though.
Yeah, the stuff you need.
Don't scan everything.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
No.
Anyway.
I'm not gonna scan everything.
No.
I still stand by what I said. I didn't change my mind, but I appreciate that there might be nuances.
Yeah. All right, Kelly, your turn. What are you going to recommend?
I am gonna recommend. What I personally am gonna do is I have like 2 that I actually made for myself. One is to get back to. I have an app on my phone that's called the Gratitude Journal, and you have to write down 3 things that you're grateful for every day. And so I was kind of hit and miss on that in 2020. To be honest, it was more miss than hit, and so I need to get back in that habit. Because having to sit down at the end of the day and put down 3 things that I'm grateful for, because I know I'm going to do it later, I'm a little bit more cognizant of it throughout the day. So it's a little bit, blue car syndrome. Like once you're looking for blue cars, there's blue cars everywhere. So if you start looking for stuff to be happy about instead of stuff that you read over and over again because you're doom scrolling, then your perspective starts to change.
There's science behind it and junk.
Yeah, there's
Mike Schmidt wrote a shortcut that does that perfectly.
Yeah. So I need to
day one.
Yeah, and so like my personally, I need to get better into shortcuts. And I know 2 people here who are probably going to end up helping me with that, whether they want to or not. And then the other one is email. I get a lot of email that I really don't care about. And so I really need to spend some time and go through and unsubscribe from stuff. It's more turning down the noise. Like variations on a theme.
Spam sieve.
Just turning down the noise. Well, like some of it is stuff that I have opted into, but I don't need. I might as well just out myself. I don't need the Michael's Arts and Crafts coupon every day because I don't go to Michael's every day. I need it when I need it, and I don't need it the rest of the time. So it doesn't need to be in my inbox. It needs to go in my mailing list folder, and I need to set up a little bit better routing for the stuff I want to keep, and I need to think twice about what things should make the cut. So I get so much email in a day, y'all, and I need to just turn down the volume on that. So that's part of it. So those are my 2.
I doubt that there's anybody here or anybody that's going to watch this that couldn't do with a little email management. No question.
Kelly, one thing that I did,
yes,
and this is something that I started way back in the before times.
So it's been 6 years.
Yeah, it's like forever ago. I set up a set of rules in the Mail app on my Mac, so that anything that's in certain folders, like the spam folder or certain folders where like newsletters and stuff go, if the stuff in those folders is more than, I think I set it to 30 days, just in case I needed to go back and find something. Anything older than that automatically goes into the trash folder.
Nice.
Nice.
Yeah, I need that. I might have to go back to the mail app. Like I've been using MailMate for a long time, and it might be time to just go back to mail. I don't know.
I'll tell you, it hasn't made any improvements.
It hasn't made any improvements,
Okay.
but it has all the right plugins for everything that I need to do.
Yeah, I think
so. I still use the mail app.
If you use it with Spam Sieve, which allows you to set what is junk and what is a good message, that helps out a lot.
Well, my problem generally isn't spam. My problem is one problem I have is the other person who thinks that their email address is actually my email address. And the only reason that that's really much of an issue is because that person is in Brazil. And so I get weird Portuguese email that I can't always figure out how to unsubscribe from. But most of the rest of them are English speakers, so I can usually figure those out. But spam usually isn't the issue. It's just that I sign up for stuff and then I just keep leaving it in my inbox. And then if I don't read it today, it just continues to sit there unread and haunt me. And the mental weight of it of I need to go clean out my inbox is rough, and I don't want to do it anymore. So
Kelly, I have another tip for you then.
Yes.
Another thing that I started way back in the before time, years and years ago. I decided that my inbox is merely a conduit and has absolutely no relevance to me. And what I did was set up a couple smart folders in Mail. One that shows me everything from the last week, and then the other one that shows me just unread messages for the last 48 hours.
Oh, nice.
And I spend most of my time in the smart mailbox for the last 48 hours, because if it's older than that and I haven't read it yet, then it's probably one of those things that I don't care about anyhow.
Right.
Oh, you have to do a YouTube special on that.
Oh, seriously. Yeah, we need it.
I could totally make that happen. Yeah, my inbox, hold on. I will make you freak out. Right now, it is 9,666 unread messages in the inbox.
Yeah, mine's in that neighborhood. That's why
I don't care, because because most of it is stuff that doesn't matter, and all I care about really is that smart mailbox.
In my line of work, I see 5 digits on the regular.
Oh yeah.
And the first thing I said is, why is that badge on? Every time.
The whole inbox
gets rid of a lot of the problem.
Yeah,
the whole inbox zero thing is greatly overrated.
Yeah, turning off speaking of Brittany professionally, she was like, just turn off the badge, Kelly. And so I did.
Yeah.
So it doesn't show me how many I have unread anymore. It only shows me I do have a badge, but it's for VIP messages. So
Same.
A message from the doctor
any
gets me a number.
on. If you have no intention on it, badges shouldn't be there.
Exactly. And I think, I would fold that into notifications, to Andrew's point, that's also a thing that is notifying you. So, maybe
my rule is, does it result in an action in the real world? Not did you intend it to, but does it actually result in an action in the real world?
Yeah. And I just want to tack on to Jeff's doom scrolling resolution. Remember that your feed is what you make it. So if you don't like the continuous stream of negativity, take the negativity out of your stream. You can do that. It's yours. You have the power. So there's a reason I do follow a lot of people, but there's a reason I follow Emoji Meadow and Hourly Kitten and things like that, is because then as I'm scrolling, I get a cute picture of a kitty, or I get R2D2. There's an R2D2 account that every so often just tweets beep boop beep boop boop, and that's it, and that's all. And sometimes
that just sounds glorious.
It's so good. And I felt I follow a Big Ben Twitter account, so at the top of the hour it bongs the time. Literally it'll just say bong bong, and I know it's 2:00 in London. That's it. That's all it does. That's the whole thing. That's
Plus, it
it.
lets
That's
you know
the
you've been
tweet.
in Twitter an extra hour.
Why would you add that noise to your feeds? I'm fascinated. This does not sound glorious. This sounds horrendous.
Because as I'm scrolling, I get a little bit of not doom or gloom guaranteed. So I know that there's a tiny bit of sunshine in my feed as I scroll. I've gotten a lot better about like the time limit and not pulling to refresh and things like that. But I'm scrolling and I get a little meadow made out of flowers of, emoji flowers. And then I scroll a little bit more and I get like a cat and then a cat picture. And we all know cat pictures power the internet. So like I was powerless to resist that anyway. So then, I keep scrolling. I get some news. I get some information. I get some interesting something that somebody discovered about their computer. I get some interesting project somebody's working on. And then I get, another little hit of like something that I know is not going to be terrible. And so I've sprinkled those in, not a ton, but I've sprinkled some of those in so that I have an occasional, here's Big Ben telling me what time it is. Like I just
the first one of you that sends me pictures of flowers in the meadow is banned from MacVoices Live for 6 months.
Oh my gosh. I can't find that account fast enough now. No, Chuck, there's no way. As much as I love me some R2D2, there's no way I'm adding that. Like I am so sensitive to noise.
What about that?
But I do use filters.
Twitter account you were telling me, Kelly, where it says something like, "Hey, meat friend."
Yes. The self-care bot, like, meat friend, have you had a glass of water? Meat friend, where are your shoulders right now? That kind of, it's like a little self-care account. And I like that one too, because sometimes I hit that and I'm like, wow, I've been here a while. I should really close this app.
Let's get serious. Good Lord. Mark Fuccio.
Chuck, okay, hold on. Chuck, you know that fundamentally, like on a subatomic level, I'm a very silly person. You know this.
Well, that's true.
It should not surprise you in any way.
Silly?
That I follow R2D2 and Big Ben on Twitter. It should not surprise you in any way that that's a thing that happens.
Okay, wait. I think we need to we need to answer an important question. Chuck, do you follow Riker Googling?
No.
Oh my God, I love Riker Googling.
How can you not?
This is a topic for another time.
It is.
Mark, let's get back to something serious. Please be serious.
I joined a little bit late, so I've heard various answers. I'm not quite sure what the question is.
The question is, we're trying to give tech sort of oriented resolutions for 2020, and now the new caveat is that are serious.
Hey.
Okay, yeah. So
their resolutions were serious. The conversation that followed was not.
Dang.
So, Mark, what do you got for us?
Oh, I guess the first one, resolution 0, is just everyone wear your GD mask, or until you can get your COVID flu shots, and any anti-vaxxers out there, F you, you're scum of the earth. But
wow,
how do you really feel?
Serious about tech. One thing I'm going to do this year is amp up my use of DevonThink, and I've got too many random files and things and PDFs I save and so on and so forth, and what I've used DevonThink is a great tool. I plan to use it more to put stuff into, including even short, simple little notes, because it's such a great repository to go out and search and find stuff that you didn't even know you had, or ideas that you didn't even know you figured out and wrote down 7.38921 years ago. So maybe that fits into this other arch of an idea here of eliminate the noise, but it's a different take on it. It's just a different way to sort of manage information overload. And as far as the noise and things, my only comment would be, it's your attention. Turn off the crap. Don't allow yourself to be ignored, because ultimately it's your attention, not theirs. And if they really want your attention, they should pay for it instead of giving you some titillating, image or headline. So trying to compress everything down. You just use tools to manage the amount of information that you come across, that you try to save away for future time for future reading or future time for future search when it will be valuable to you. With that, back to you.
Mark, that's a really good one. And I'm really intrigued by the DevonThink, because I use DevonThink as well. And I love it. I used it. My principal use for it is managing my scanned documents.
Mm-hmm.
But like you, I know that there's so much more power there. I need to spend some time to get more out of it. Is there a particular reason you've selected that, or is it because of the power that you have seen in your past experience?
More the latter. It's because of the power I've seen. So what I do, for scanned documents, I use text expander. So I have all sorts of things. So I can automatically have a consistent and automatic naming scheme for various bills and statements and other things that I scan and save on a regular basis. But the thing about DevonThink is its search capability, and it's really, really good on that. And it helps bring up documents and other things that you're looking for that maybe you filed away deeply buried in some folder, nested set of folders. But it's a great way that you can, with some of their web clipping tools, that you can store information that you come across on a casual basis or on a serious basis. And again, because of the searching and organizational capabilities, it seems to me it's really unsurpassed, and it has a little bit of a learning curve, but it's really a great tool and great app. How do you use it, Chuck?
Again, I set it up as my way of capturing all my scanned documents. And you're right. The scanning, or the search capability is phenomenal, because if I drop something into my ScanSnap, it goes into DevonThink, it gets OCR'd, it gets named and filed. And then, especially like tax time is a perfect time for me to go back in and start searching for things. And when I say search, I don't mean like, oh my God, I've got to dig through. I mean, hit the search button, say, this is what I want, and bang, it's there. And I can export it, or I can just copy the information. I can do whatever I want with it. But you're right, because there's no reason. I mean, I know you can store URLs, you can store documents within it, you can store all kind of things within it. And it's a phenomenal tool. So yeah, that's
right. And some of the other benefit is that it's not scarfed up and stored in some sort of proprietary format. You can set it up so that you point it to where you store documents, and will go out and you search them and index them. Creates a concordance, so you can which is another way to search for. Sometimes I remember particular words or phrases or things, and in that regard, it's a great tool for helping master the amount of information that we all come across on a regular basis.
Yeah, great. That is a really, really great recommendation. I think you just added to my New Year's resolutions. Thank you.
Well, hopefully, since you already have it, I haven't cost you any money.
Yeah, that's true. That's the one thing. Brittany, what do you think? Are you going to be serious, or?
So I have been drawing a blank since I got on here and realized that's what y'all were doing. I really respect the ones I've heard. Yeah.
Let me give you a minute to think, because I just want to point out to both Mark and Chuck that I thought there was something about this. And Take Control Books has a free Take Control of DevonThink 3 book.
I know.
Yep.
So it's yours, and it's yours for the asking. So if anyone else was also inspired by that, if you just go to takecontrolbooks.com, they have a DevonThink 3 book that you can have for free.
Yeah.
So
thank you.
FYI.
Yeah, thank you, Kelly. I will make sure I put that in the show notes, because that book has helped me innumerable times to get questions answered on DevonThink, and it's a good way to help you get into it. So thank you.
I have it, and I'm probably in the same boat with like dusting it off. I think that's what reminded me. Like I thought there was something where that was free. So
yeah.
So it's free.
Good one.
I think they have a couple of other ones that are free as well. So like if I need to read more books this year is a thing on your list, you could go to Take Control and read a book that will teach you something awesome.
Agreed. So Brittany, that was your delay
I did all I
tactic.
could for you, baby.
Yeah. Well, you can't make my brain start working at this hour. It's it's all I got.
It was a committee meeting. I know the last of what you had went to that, and now,
yeah. Guys, I had to look at an org chart. I'm self-employed. Why do I have to watch an org chart? Anyway,
I may have gotten a text earlier about like I'm questioning all my life choices right now.
And they're all good people who put up with horrible things I said in the chat, worse than anything I put in here tonight. No, I when it comes to text, if I have a lot of business goals, but or like things I want to strive towards, I have a pretty good relationship with technology. There is one thing, and I've not come up with a solution for it, which is engaging less in my, I'm comfortable with the things going to my notification center, just not the frequency with which I pull it down. And so I'm going to think about changing sort of that automatic behavior, but that's a very long standing thing. Just because I don't want to deal with it right now. Why did my finger automatically do that? So yeah, those are some of the things that I'm thinking on, but I can't say, oh, I'm doing that thing, because I mostly sort of like my relationship with my tech.
So,
I do too.
So are your business objectives, Brittany, tied to achieving those objectives? Is it tied to technology, to tools that you're using now, or tools that you need to use
that I want to
better?
learn? Yeah, actually.
Okay.
I'm going to look into platforms for hosting courses, like video courses. So that's one of the things I'm looking at doing. So yeah,
Okay.
I guess that's tech related. Thank you.
Yeah. Brittany's going to take us all to school, y'all. Heads up.
And then
The reason, Guy, go ahead. Sorry.
No, that was it. Just Disney World.
Oh, Disney World. Well,
as a goal.
The reason,
yes.
Yeah. The reason I brought it up is, and I'll wrap this up with one other of mine, and that is I want to challenge everybody to go out and do just what we were talking about with Brittany. Pick something new, whether it's a program, a project, and that you've never done before, and learn how to do it. And that's whether that's building a website or building a web server or setting up a network attached storage. Stretch yourself a little bit. But don't just stretch yourself for the sake of stretching yourself. Have an objective and let it be something you want to accomplish. But I think I have a couple of those myself. I already started doing one of those, and it's stuff that, it's like, okay, I've got to finish up some projects, but I want to put one more thing on my plate that I really want to learn about and get done this year. And that's the way that I think we'll end this. So, and Frank says computing. Yeah, good point. Guys, we're pretty much out of time. That was one round of resolutions. We could have gone for a lot longer, but I think there's a lot of good stuff there, and definitely there's a theme of turning down the noise. So good job. Let's go around the room and let folks know where they can find you when you are not here confessing to your resolutions or suggesting resolutions. And I'm going to try to keep the order again. David, I think you were up first.
Yep. Find me at my podcast, In Touch with iOS, at intouchwithios.com. Jeff's going to be on the show this week, so we're going to have a lot of fun. And I'm on the Mac show with our friends at the British Tech Network from time to time, and Mac to the Future Go with Guy Cyril and Warren Sklar, and we have a lot of fun there as well. And you can find me on Twitter at DaveG65.
Great. Thank you, David. Good to see you.
Thanks for having me. Good to see you.
Guy, is that you?
That slight hesitation says volumes.
Well, I wasn't quite sure it was really you. I was still looking for all those other characters. So
I turned it off.
Okay. All right. Where can folks find you?
The website is vertshark.com. Look for searlswapmeet.com coming soon. There's also, of course, the
You're welcome
podcast that I do with Gazmaz, and of course Mac to the Future, and the podcast I do while driving, because that's such a stupid thing to do, which is Guy's Daily Drive. You can find all of my videos over on YouTube, and just look for Vert Shark and like, share, subscribe. If you missed it the first time, like, share, subscribe. It's so easy. And that's about it.
Great. Thank you, Guy. Good to see you as always, in whatever form you happen to appear to be.
Yeah, well, I am a chameleon.
Is this the final evolution? Is there one more?
I could fire it up again if you really want me to.
Okay, so now I'm thinking about Pokemon. Thanks, Kelly.
Oh boy. Mr. Gamut, where can folks find you?
On all the shows I get around. So yeah, this week I'll be doing Dave's show, and then a couple British Tech Network shows at the end of the week, and I get around, and I have some stuff of my own that's in the works, and now that that a lot of stuff seems to have settled down, and I can actually make things happen, that'll be coming soon, and also I've decided that I have one more New Year's resolution, which is to start drinking beer from a mason jar, just like Andrew.
I thought I was being subtle.
Oh, and I'm Jay Gambit, Twitter and Instagram.
Thank you, Jeff. Yeah, Andrew, it's real subtle when you're like, here, this is what I'm drinking.
Exactly. Yeah, you see the goldfish.
You know those are see-through, right, Andrew?
Yeah.
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 With the beer in them.
Andrew.
They're not.
Andrew,
Kelly didn't brag about it. She would be subtle. So,
Andrew, where can
There's a
folks
reason
find
you can't see into this one. That's all I'm saying.
Good point.
thank you, Guy.
You're welcome.
So you
That's
can find me
creepy.
at the Mac Observer, where you can find all my writing. And because Kelly is here, I am reminded that we also do a podcast every Friday called Security Friday, where we talk about security news of the week, and we try to give people practical tips, like using a password manager, for example. So check us out.
Great. Thank you. Thanks for coming. It's always good to have you.
Yeah, good to be here.
Mason jar or not. Frank, where can folks find you now that you've revamped your website and all?
That's still at the same address, ympnow.com, at Screencast Online, at fpetrie on Twitter. And you pointed out to me that on Instagram, I'm at Frankie, PHRANKY. I didn't realize that I had a different address there. And otherwise, you'll find me torching this desk.
So if we see a glow from the east, we know what happened. Frank is decluttering.
We do that in Jersey. We do that a lot.
Kelly, I think, are we down to 15 seconds?
Maybe.
Oh, you're gonna test her each week.
Oh no.
Oh,
Down to 5 seconds.
hey, this sounds like a drinking game.
No, that'll be. I wanted to give her a chance to get practice. So,
Okay. Here we go.
Do I need to start a timer?
Sure. Hold on.
All right. And go.
You can find me 5 days a week hosting the Mac Observer podcast over at macobserver.com. You can occasionally find me over on The Incomparable, where I talk about all kinds of other stuff on Twitter and Instagram. I am Verso, and I think mostly that will do it. Oh, I have a show with Mike Rose called The After Show.
15 seconds. Boom.
Wow.
okay. Kelly will now go into training for next week for the 10-second run.
Oh, no.
Thanks for being here, Kelly. Good to see you.
We're going to get down to 2 seconds.
Mr. Fuccio, the man with the big 2021 behind him.
It should be a great year. It's can't be any worse than last. So.
Just
Don't jinx
even
it,
say that.
Fuccio.
Do not
No,
even say that.
Yeah, let's not tempt fate with this group.
Hey, 2020 is behind all of us.
Yeah.
Why not 2021 behind them?
Wow. Where can we find you, Mark?
Short tweet Twitter at MARKFUCCIO, all one word. At Twitter at Mark Fuccio. Simple,
Great.
short, sweet, no noise, no clutter.
There you go. Thank you so much for being here, and thank you for having yet another great background. We will look forward to many more during the year.
Uh-oh.
Last but absolutely not least, Ms. Brittany Smith. Brittany, where can we find you?
On Twitter, I'm the ADD Liberator, and my website is conquer.consulting. It's easier when you don't do very much, Kelly. Just saying.
It's perfect.
Like that probably was the 5-second version. Yeah. Here's two things. Man. Have them. Yeah.
Well done,
folks. Yes. Folks,
I had time for bragging.
I'm Chuck Joyner. This is my show, and I am going to find the mute button one of these days again. We do this every Tuesday, 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. Pacific. Join us here on Facebook. Join us on YouTube. We broadcast to both, and we would love to have you join us either in the Zoom room or just in the chat. Until the next time, and as always, thanks for watching. Okay, guys, before we go any farther, I'm going to just... No, wait. I'm going to do...
Come on. No, come on, guy.
Yes, that's the best one. Keep that forever.
I'm going to do one more thing because I always have a terrible time finding one frame where everybody's smiling or not looking or whatever. So, so everybody look at the camera, smile.
It's because I make a bunch of faces. I know. It's me.
Yeah, your faces are fun to catch, Kelly. So everybody smile in 3, 2, 1. Thank you.
Andrew
does that mean I should have brushed my
no.
teeth?
Guy, back to the turban and the sunglasses. That was fantastic.
That wasn't a turban. It was a towel in the hair.
Disney takedown.
It was a towel turban.
That
I love everything happening over there. I love the sparkles. I love the shades. I love the lipstick. It's all fabulous.
Just call me Dr. Frankenfurter.
I'd like to apologize to everybody that's watching the stream.
I'm just gonna let Kelly giggle and leave it there.
Wow. So at least now we know where Guy's from.
Some of us might have karaoke favorites.
Oh my God, yes.
You remember that karaoke?
Oh man, karaoke. Yeah. Yeah, and you used to kill it on that song too.
Which song?
Joke.
Pick one.
Oh, okay. I know. Well, I sang with oh, damn it! Why am I blanking on his name?
I don't think I ever did Hot Patootie.
So, Guy, is
I don't think so.
Is this filter that you're doing right now autopilot?
Like the Hindenburg.
Yes, his name is Otto.
That's old TTO.
My name is Otto. I like to get lotto.
Automatic.
That's just wow.
The weather outside is frightful.
Inside too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez,
I like how Chuck just like figures out he's working on ending the stream and stuff, and he just lets it go.
He's just leaving us alone. Yeah.
If you guys
now, Chuck, I was good. After I stopped for a while, I waited until the show was over.
That's true.
I brought it back.
I'm wondering if people turn in at 9 o'clock to watch this part instead.
Yeah. This is what I want to see.
Yeah.
Right
after show, after dark.
Yeah. When we used to do the Talkcast.
Exactly. Yeah.
When we did the Talkcast, that was how it worked. Was like, okay, like we did the show. Now it's time for the after show.
Guy Searle, your favorite spud and mine.
Huh. Oh,
Kermit the Froggy.
That deserves a rim shot.
I wonder how they got that. I wonder how they got the licensing.
Say Vert Shark.
Vert Shark.
Or Vert Frog. Vert Frog.
Oh my God.
And what is that tool again that you're using, Guy?
Snapcam.
It's called Snap Camera.
Oh,
Snap Camera.
Oh, now we're all gonna download it.
Oh, yeah.
I think I downloaded it and I immediately uninstalled it.
Wait, I have to write it down.
74 with everybody using weird faces from Snap Camera. It's brilliant.
That's a Mac to the Future episode, guy. Oh, now he's King Spud. What the
is that?
Yeah, I had just realized I have a license for Devon, I think from like way back when, like 5 years ago.
Yeah, you got it in a bundle with some other stuff. Usually, yeah.
Is it still good?
Probably.
Well, but it's old software. It's not going to work on Big Sur, so I'll have to upgrade.
They have a decent upgrade policy between.
They do.
Yeah, it's like looks like $50 off.
Yeah,
and it is.
And
good.
if you,
it is really good software too.
Yeah,
I played around with it years ago, and I had forgotten about it.
Yeah, I have. Is it time for something, Chuck?
Guy, is this what they call rapid cycling or?
I don't know what that. Yeah, that was the iPad. I don't know why. Somebody important sent me a message.
That was a psychology joke. Just heads up.
I caught it. I thought I did, but
well,
oh no,
you probably
anime.
No.
Oh
no,
that's a Snapchat filter.
That's a boom.
Oh, is it? Okay, I don't know.
Oh, there you go. Now that you've got a little more definition in your face. Oh no, no. Now you're
That's
Beetlejuice. Yeah.
That is wrong on so many levels.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same
and you
thing.
have no idea how difficult it is for me to not make the comments.
No one looks.
Yes, I do.
Not helping. Oh, that's better. Okay.
As long as he doesn't go on a train.
All right. More like a train wreck.
All right. At this point, now the guy has finished playing. I will end the stream. So, for those of you watching the streams, thank you very much for being here. Yeah, really, I'm terribly sorry about this episode. See you next